Hey, it's Robertson, your friend neighborhood tech troublemaker. Hopefully my audio is good. How's everybody doing tonight? So we're going to talk about experimentation. And so ways you can take experimentation and figure out how maybe to find what your niche should be or maybe what you should concentrate on. We're going to talk about some reasons why you might want to experiment with your channel. And so hold on tight. Let's get started. Let's see what we can do with it now. All right. So here we are. Experimenting with YouTube. So why would we want to do experiments in YouTubing? Well, here's some reasons. One, audience engagement. So maybe your videos have gotten stale and you need to figure out, or try to find some methodologies to get your audience much more engaged in your content. So that might be a reason why you want to experiment. Another reason is discover trends. So you kind of like, I noticed that a lot of YouTubers are doing thumbnails like this now. And so you definitely experiment with your thumbnails, especially if you need to ramp up your thumbnail game like I do. I'd go and look and see what other creators are doing, and I try to emulate theirs a little bit. At the same time, though, I really want to try to stick with my own style and kind of see what I can accomplish. Next up, diversification. So this kind of goes back to audience engagement, but you got to mix it up. Just because sometimes change is good for you, you got to be a little bit out of your comfort zone. And so I like to make changes to my videos, my scenes, my music, everything I do to try to keep it more interesting for the audience. So, because you guys are the reason I do this. Next, skill development. So sometimes you need to change things up because you need to learn a skill. And the best way to learn a skill is to have a reason to use that skill. So for example, if you need to do videos on demand, if you need to record videos, then learning video editing gets to be very important to you. So you then I want to make a video like this. I'm going to have to learn how to edit videos in, DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere, whatever your platform might be. And then feedback and insights. So sometimes you have to experiment because you want your audience to give you feedback and say, hey, what do you think about this? You like this? Is this what I need to do? What kind of stuff you like? What can I do? And so, you might do surveys. You might ask questions of your audience while you're live and just try to get feedback from your community to try to find out, what do you guys like? I mean, really, what do you guys like? I often ask myself this question because I want to make videos that you want to watch. Then staying relevant. So if you're still doing the same content that you did last year, it's probably time to change. If you're doing things the exact same way you did last year, it's probably time to change. You got to mix it up. Challenge and growth. So this is the other part of that. So maybe, like we talked about last week, ways to, we were trying to get over imposter syndrome. Well, some of those ways to get over imposter syndrome is to challenge yourself and grow as a person. And so, that challenge may be, I'm going to make a video that's this, and this type of thing. Or I'm going to make all my videos less than 8 minutes so that, I can keep people around. Or I'm going to play around with shorts and I'm going to try different things and, just try to get it out there. Avoid burnout. So if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again and it feels like you're feeding a hamster wheel, then it's probably time to experiment a little bit. Yes, you need to experiment. Collaboration opportunities. So a really awesome way to liven up your channel is to collaborate with other content creators and get them out there and say, hey, let's do a show together. Different kind of things like that. So it's going to be awesome stuff. And then longevity. So nobody's going to watch you if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Look at Mr. Beast. Even Mr. Beast is changing up the formulas and everything on what he does. Notice he's doing like this latest video he just did, about the lasers. He's doing this space scenario and he's got this CGI going on, a lot of stuff like that. So very interesting what he's doing, but he's trying to mix it up to engage his audience and keep them watching, So let's look. So YouTube experiments. So let's look at some experiments that I've done. But first, before we do that, let's see who's all out there. I want to go reach out and say, hey, gang, how's everything going? So let's find out who's hanging out with us tonight out there. Ta-da! Hey. Good one. Hey, Mommy God, how you doing out there tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Motif Music. Amy, how you doing tonight? Amy is going to be one of my guests next week when I do my creator meetup, so hopefully everybody will be there. Also, Hank will be out there as well. We'll talk more about that later. Then also, I got a big surprise. I'll tell you if you don't already know about it. Also with things. Haha, yep. Happy Tuesday, yeah. Hey, y'all. Hey, Dagan, how you doing out there, sir? Let's see. I know Matt had a comment out there. I'm trying to find out where it went. Something about, yeah. Let me start. Why are you making us wait another 2 minutes? I know, right? I know. I just mixing it up. It's all about diversification. So, yo, what's up, Roy? Yeah, how you doing, Matt? I like smiley faces. Finally, it's actually showing the smiley face correctly. That's cool. How's it going, everybody? Yep. Woohoo, here for it. Hey. Hey, BGG. Tatiana, hey, welcome. Matt, Dagan. Everybody just saying hi to everybody. That's very cool. How would things? Yay. I like when everybody says hi. Marcus, who should probably be asleep right now, but thank you for staying up for me. Yeah. Tatiana. Marcus in the house. Welcome. I'm always changing stuff. Exactly. You have to keep changing stuff. It's about the diversification. Tatiana saying hello to Lala. Tatiana teaches, welcome to the stream. Hope your day is going well. Exactly. Anna, how you doing? Hello. I see you've been putting out a lot of content. Good job, Anna. Keep it going. Keep it going. So, lots of people saying, hey, great tips. Let's talk. Thanks so much. Yeah. Just everybody saying hi to everybody. So, yeah, welcome. Can't wait. What a friendly crowd. I know everybody's awesome. I love this community. You guys are very cool. So, let's go look at some of the experiments that I have done on my channel. So let's begin the sharing. So just this week I was playing around and I wrote a song using AI. I took AI vocals and I was trying to think of something. Here's the crazy thing. I've done videos before. I've done shorts where I've just said literally, hey, subscribe to my channel. And I got subscribers from it. I know that's not valuable because you really ideally only want subscribers who are interested in your topic. But it was an experiment to see kind of what people would do if I asked them to subscribe. And then I went out and found some B-roll somewhere. In hindsight, I should have put a sign on the dog that said subscribe. But that was just an experiment. Now, that was a failed experiment. It didn't get a lot of views. I really thought it might get more views. He's a cute dog. I'm really sad about that. Then I've done tutorial videos. I've done lots of tutorial videos. So like in the early days, this is goatee but pre-beard. I played around with doing tutorials, and those have been very successful on this channel. Like for example, this one's got 4.5 thousand views, but it's a 5-year-old video now. So I've been thinking about redoing this video for a more modern audience, and so I've done tutorials. I have done kind of a series, more in-depth tutorials where I'm trying to break things out. I still have more videos in this series to finish up, but the whole point was to do a series of videos to see if people would watch each video in the series. And a lot of people do that. You make a series of videos and then they will put them in a playlist, and then somebody can go, hey, I want to learn how to do X. And they'll find your video either through YouTube search or YouTube suggested to them. And then they'll click on your playlist and they will start watching the videos in the series because they want to learn how to do something step by step. And the problem is you could do like a 30-something minute video that goes into great detail about a topic, but lots of times folks do not have that kind of attention span. So you just have to kind of mix it up and try to help the viewer by breaking it into chunks and give them a playlist so they can kind of watch it piece by piece. And then once you do these experiments, though, you need to go look at the analytics. So this one didn't do very well. This was an interesting experiment. And so when you do these experiments, you need to go and look at your analytics and see how successful was that experiment. Because with the experimentation, you can also find out maybe opportunities for niching down. So like, hey, if people really liked a video I did about this, maybe I need to do more videos about that. A lot of times you'll look at your analytics and they'll say, wow, people love it when I do videos about this. Let me do 2 or 3 more videos about that topic and see how they do. And so that's an opportunity for growth to kind of figure out things you want to do. Strangely, I did this short. I used a program called Opus Pro, and I had it create me a video for my channel. However, I find I don't 100% like what Opus Pro does, so I will download the videos that it creates. So it takes your long form videos and turns them into vertical videos for you, and it does a decent job. But I went in and downloaded the video, and then I put it in Final Cut Pro, which is my editing platform, and I edited it, and then I added music to it. And so, and this one's done pretty good. I've gotten, like 1,700 views. Now, granted, I'm never going to make it as a shorts person. So if you're looking to, I'm not ever going to look to monetize with shorts because that's just not me. I'm not a skits person. I'm more focused on, hey, let's talk about content creation. So I will do different experiments with shorts though, because I feel like shorts are more loose and you can change things and just see what kind of stuff. Here's this is back when I used to do, this is one of my many attempts at niches. So a long time ago, I was trying to do a tech news show because I am a news junkie, and I thought this is totally cool. I should do tech news, and it didn't do very well, and so I pivoted away from that niche. That was where I was going to do a tech news channel, and I wasn't very interesting, I guess, for one thing. And this was very early in my YouTube channel, so I was like, let's see, it was 2 years ago. So I've gotten better. I don't say I've gotten perfection yet, but I'm working on it. And nobody knows that I misspelled password. Nobody said a thing. Can you believe that? Change your password. Change your password. Yeah, nobody knows that at all. The premise was, one of the things was like, please change your password, because there had been some compromises at the time. Here's the video that I just showed you about talking about the Blue Yeti and how it was my first podcast mic, and I thought that was the mic I had to have for podcasting when I started in 2017 with a podcast, because people said, hey, the Blue Yeti is a great mic. And so this one's done pretty well. I've been pretty happy with this video. I got 4 subscribers from it, which is cool because this fits into what my content is. And so subscribers who like the kind of content I'm doing, that makes me happy. People that are just liking random shorts doesn't really move me forward. Here's another video. This was a video I did based off of a question. I had a question from a viewer in my live stream. This viewer had never been on my channel before, and so they just showed up one night, and I mentioned something about OneDrive, and they said, hey, could you do a video about using Finder with OneDrive? And I said, okay, Brian, I'll be glad to do another video for that. So I did a recorded video where I demoed using OneDrive, and so strangely, this one's done really well, 782. I think that's a lot of views. And strangely, in the last 2 months, the last month, it has suddenly gotten lots and lots of views. It sat there unwatched for quite a period of time. I don't even know if Brian ever watched it. I asked him to comment. He never did. So it's like, hey, Brian, if this was what you were looking for, please let me know. Just drop a comment. Never heard from Brian again. I hope Brian's okay. I do worry about Brian. Hopefully he's fine. Anyway, but Brian didn't comment on it or anything, and so, but strange, this video is suddenly one of my top 10 videos right now. I don't know what happened. So right here, it's suddenly doing really well. This isn't the last since published anyway, but yeah, it's suddenly getting way more views than usual and doing really well. So very good. Then another experiment I did is I made a video completely using AI. This entire video, I wrote a script using ChatGPT. I then went to let's see, different websites because I was trying to do it completely for free. But I used different websites. I used Pictory.ai. I used Murph.io in order to get B-roll and everything. And then it didn't assemble it quite well, so I did cheat. I did bring it in the Final Cut Pro and I assembled it myself. And so, but this video was completely made by AI, and that was just another experiment. Hey, you want to see what AI does? And I did. The video was about a real topic, a real script that but I got AI to write the script for me, and that was just another experiment. And so, but these are things that are interesting to me, and I want to keep trying out new things. Now, this video didn't do well, but it did get me a subscriber, and it does talk about tech topics, but it wasn't so focused. It was focused on protecting your YouTube channel and talking about ways to do that, such as not using your Gmail account for your YouTube account. Use a separate Gmail account completely for your YouTube channel, so that if your channel gets compromised, your personal email doesn't, and vice versa. So if your email gets compromised, your channel doesn't. So that was just different experiments that I was doing to try to mix it up and just see what I could do. So let's see what else everybody else is saying. I see a lot of comments. I gotta catch up. There's so many. Anyway, only this week. This is 1 hour earlier for me because we already ended daylight savings time. Yeah, we get our hit with daylight savings time this weekend on Sunday. So don't forget, for us here in the U.S., we fall back 1 hour. So you theoretically, if you go to bed at a decent time, get an extra hour sleep. Mama Guy says, awesome, looking forward to that. By the way, please don't forget to join Roy next week as he comes in as a guest on You Can't Laugh. Yes, you're not supposed to give that away, but anyway, I'll talk about it here in a little bit. Yep. Awesome with things. That was fun. Yep. I heard Marcus say you guys have changed time again. Yes. Yeah, we will change time Sunday here in the States. I got a new Wi-Fi router connected, 16 devices. Not fun. Ugh. Yeah, that is the happy joy of... I had to get a mesh unit here because I had over 60 devices on my Wi-Fi network, and my previous network was lagging a little bit. So this one does much better. So hopefully, Matt, I missed your video this morning about your new Wi-Fi router, so I'll have to go watch it. Oh, thanks for the heads up, blah blah. Yep. That's a lot of views on tutorials. My tutorials do really well. At times it makes me want to go back to doing those if I were feasting for views. But I think I would rather go with a second channel and put those there and have that be focused. So, why would you want to uninstall MySQL? Well, so it was an issue involved. So what happened is there's an issue with the MySQL installer there for a bit where it would not uninstall properly. And so I literally went through the video and showed people where to edit the registry keys on Windows to make it go bye-bye. So hopefully some of these can catch on over time. Well, that's true, but I'm making new stuff. I haven't given up. I've done so many crazy. I think I want to change it up a little bit starting in 2024. Yeah, I mean, definitely, think about it. It's nice to see that they fit into your niche. Yeah, so my goal would be that all my shorts always fit with what my current niche is. And so, because it doesn't make sense to go do like some kind of comedy skit unless somehow it has to do with content creation. My password is passfood. Mine is 1235. My password is always password for all the apps and sites. That fools the scammers because they wouldn't expect it to be so simple. I agree. Yes. Yep. Yes, that's great to see those views come later on too. I'm seeing that a bit. Yeah, if you make something interesting eventually. Yeah, I hope Brian's okay. Yeah, I do hope Brian's okay. Hey, Fish Stick USA. Hey, Philip, how you doing, sir? I love the hockey stick graphs. They shoot up at the end. I know. I do like when they finally go up. Yeah, when they finally go up, that makes me happy. It's when they stay down or when they go up and then they crash and burn. It makes me sad. Anyway, laughing at Marvis. Hey, okay. Hello, Fish Stick. Yeah. I had my first hater comment a long time on my last video. Well, heck with them. If their opinion, I like that quote. I saw somebody say that if someone's opinion mattered to you, they would have your phone number and they would be in contact with you. So I think Roy uses more overlays than any other streamer. I dig it. I like to. It's all apart about mixing up. Ecamm makes this possible. So it's like, hey Philip, if this is USA, I need to add a different email as so many offers help my little channel that it's getting overwhelming. Yeah, so I actually have a different email address on my YouTube channel, and so I do get emails to that, but I know what's coming to that address because it's different than any other. So it helps kind of filter out a lot of the madness, and at the same time, it makes it possible for me to say, oh, that is because of my channel. That person sent me that email. So I've had like requests for different videos, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I want to start doing tutorials, but I don't want to start. You don't have to. I have to agree with Matt, and most of it are not just static. Awesome indeed. I like to keep it interesting. Yeah. What's that movie where they say my password is my voice, something like that? Good question. I can't think of what that is. What password is your voice? I don't know. I mean, on iPhone, a lot of people use Face ID, but there's ways to fake out Face ID. So, yeah, I have lots of scenes. I keep like lots of scenes like going all times. Or I have the B camera. Hey, everybody on the B camera. How are you doing tonight? So, yeah. But yeah, I do like to diversify the scenes. And, the experimentation makes it fun. I kind of look at content creation like Andy Warhol looked at art, and some artists will make things and, what is the definition of art? Definitely. So what about you out there? What do you do to diversify? Have you tried experimenting on your channel? What are some things that you do to try to make your content even more interesting? What do you change up every time just to try to keep it interesting for you, to keep it interesting for your audience, to just figure out also what your niche is? This channel has pivoted at least 3 times. It was tech tutorials, then went tech news, and then I went all in on content creation. And because I want to help anybody that's trying to create content, I very much believe in creators helping creators. And, if I learn something, I want to immediately turn around and show somebody else what I learned. Because as I said last week, that's the way I learn best, is by showing what I've learned. And so that's the kind of stuff. Let's see. Let me go back here. I just found out I could run my RSS from my podcast on YouTube. Curious to see what that will do. Yes, that is very cool. I was wondering when YouTube podcasts were going to get RSS feeds, because that would be neat. So then it'll show up on Apple Podcasts and that type, because you can use that RSS feed for that. So, and that's another thing that you can do to diversify, is that you can take your YouTube videos and turn them into podcast. Take it from me, multiple YouTube channels is not for everyone. Proceed with caution. Yes, if it is, the problem with multiple channels is that it kind of pulls your focus away from one. And so if you're trying really to keep growing your channel, it's, you can't just pull away. I mean, I had Mikey on here from Credence, and Mikey on here, and he has like 6+ channels. He was getting ready to stand up like a 7th one, and he can do it. He's got a system and it works for him. He has one channel that's all focused on courtroom drama, and then another one that's focused on car chases, and then one's on like playing video games, slot machines, that type of thing, gambling kind of machines. And so it's really interesting how he's able to manage that, but he does a great job of that. Not only that, but he has he does a Facebook page as well that is doing really well. So it's just crazy. It's so crazy, all that stuff like that. So go on, that would lead them to your podcast. Exactly. Yes, I've recently been diving into a bit of business side teaching piano. Still in my niche, encouraging and supporting to teachers, but hopefully helpful. Yeah. I made beer will appear out of thin air in a recent short. Is that the one that got people fussing at you today again? So, 100% agree. You learn when you teach. Absolutely. I also noticed a great response to my video this month about students not practicing and 13 creative ways to have a great lesson anyways. This one is doing great for my child. That's awesome. Yeah, the internet loves listicles. So if you can say 7 ways to do this or 18 ways to do that. Granted, I don't know. 13 seems like a big number, but I'm glad that's working. Awesome. Because the other thing is not logic. So 13 ways not to teach students. Strangely, using negative logic also seems to attract viewers. I don't know how that works. Yeah, awesome, but definitely congrats on that, Amy. Yeah, awesome wins. One of the mottos of our music school is, we are teaching and being taught. Yeah, awesome stuff. Mommy God, thank you. It feels hard to branch out in some ways, but nice to see those helpful aspects and hopefully keeps fresh. Yeah, definitely. I definitely enjoy. And then, of course, Matt sharing love with Lala. And yeah, so you've kind of seen some of the experiments I've done on this channel. You've got to think about what makes sense for you. And if you are growing stagnant, if your channel has stopped growing for some reason, then mixing it up is a way to try to bring more views. And I definitely recommend looking at that and seeing, hey, you know what can I do different? You know, I definitely believe in the idea of getting 1% better every time. And so how can I make this channel 1% better? I met Amy. I have 16 reasons not to upgrade your Wi-Fi. What do you think Miggy was to make a series in Spanish on my... What do you think Miggy to make a series in Spanish on my channel? So, you know, there's different... Yeah, congrats on the new router. So there's different thought processes on a multi-language channel. So I've seen channels that are mixing up. They'll do English and then they'll jump over to Spanish, and they're doing just fine. I've seen some channels that are 100% in a different language, and they're making sure they have captions in English. And then with YouTube, supposedly working toward making it possible for you to be able to post your videos in English and have translators go and have it translate to other languages and attempt to do that. That's coming out. I know that Mr. Beast is already playing with it. Of course, Mr. Beast on the other side of that, and I'm not saying Mr. Beast is the one to emulate, but he's a trendsetter, and there's a lot of things he does that eventually trickles down. I know a lot of people say the Mr. Beastification, and I'm going to tell you Mr. Beast is not my favorite YouTuber, but I do watch his stuff because YouTube listens to him. And so you kind of see his influence and what's going on with him and what may be happening. And so I look at the stuff that he does to kind of get an idea. Plus, I really want to get my thumbnails better. My thumbnails are definitely in need of work. So that's something I'm working on. So, all right. Ta-da. Let's see. Thanks. I would not mix languages on one channel. Yeah, I mean, really, you either do it in one language and then have captions in another language, I think, or I would do a separate channel in a different language. That's what I think. I do not have experience with it, but I don't see a lot of channels that are mixing languages. There's some really cool AI. I don't know if I can find that video quickly to show you, but there's a content creator who does science, and she was talking about an AI that she was playing with that literally did the translation for her and emulated her voice and made her facial expressions look as if she were speaking that language. And it was amazing. I mean, just blew my mind how seamless it looked. So technology is coming that's going to make this. And she was speaking in Portuguese and Japanese and everything else, and she doesn't know any of those languages. So definitely some neat technologies coming. Sorry, fat fingers, if I only speak 2 languages, English and Klingon. But I don't remember. I don't know Klingon. You can learn from each niche and creator. That is absolutely true. Have you tuned into Creator Classroom and ideas for thumbnails? Jennifer has some solid tips. I need to watch her series again. I do watch some of her videos on her channel. I don't think I've watched one about doing thumbnails. I definitely have watched some about other things on her channel. So obviously I need to go check out her thumbnail videos, because I definitely need to ramp up my thumbnail game. Klingon for the win, Matt. What's Morgan Mindy's language? That is a good question. Sammy Superstar in the house, man. Hey, when's the big video coming out? We're waiting. How is that short movie of yours coming along? So we definitely want to see it. That's it. That's our show tonight. Thank you so much to everybody. I'm supposed to give you calls to action, so let's see. If somehow you are not subscribed to my channel, go hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so that you get notified every time I go live. I go live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m.-ish. I've been mixing it up to see if it got your attention. Is it working? See? Again, make a change, measure it, see if it works, and then if it does, you adopt it, and if it doesn't, you let it go. And there we go. YouTube is going to say, hey, watch this video next. And I trust YouTube. So if it says it's the next video you should watch from me, you should watch that video. You really should. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Bye.